welcome Mr. Ruchir Kakkad with a round of applause. Over to you. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, guys. સેટરડે છે, બપોરના 12 વાગી ગયા છે. કેટલાને ભૂખ લાગી? અડધી કલાક પછી. એટલે અડધી કલાકની ટાઈમ લિમિટ આપી દીધી. અમારે સેશન અડધી કલાકમાં પૂરો કરવાનો. Okay, guys. So today's topic is AI on ground. How many of you heard ChatGPT? Of course, everyone, right? How long have you heard about it? Since 2 years. Someone's 1 year. Someone 6 months. But how many of you have started using ChatGPT? Since how long? 1 year? 3 years? Anyone recently less than 6 months who have just recently started using? Yeah, I see a few hands who have recently started using ChatGPT. And over here, I see mixed faces. Just before I start my session, I want to know the audience. So, how many of you are like in AI field? Okay, and the rest will be in non-AI. How many of you are tech background? Mostly. So, I'm going to speak it with in front of right audience. So yes, since maybe 2 years or 3 years, but recently this year was one of the most hype created year in the field of AI, right? Everywhere we are seeing AI. Every new product which is coming to market has to be somewhere backed AI, right? AI backed SaaS product, AI backed anything. Even today morning in radio, I heard like hospital started marketing AI beds. It's Ahmedabad advertisement, right? So in hospitals also beds are coming with AI. So this today's session is to understand whether this is a hype or a reality. This is one of the good example where a marketing guy was presenting and sharing the statistics to their manager that our AI generated content is growing. But on the other end, there was a bad news. The bad news was like the traffic which was generated was also because of the AI. Right? So the main idea for today's session is to understand what is happening really in the field of AI. How much is the truth and how we can go further in this fast pace of changing the technology. Okay, here is an image where there is an interrogator and who is asking question to a machine and other person, and some answers are coming. Anyone knows what this image is about?
Turing test.
Turing test. How many of you have heard about Turing test? Yes. So this is the GIF for the Turing test, which was created by Alan Turing back in 1952. Right? So AI is not new. It's been there since last 70 years. But it's just we have started focusing, or it has started coming into regular people's journey. So what is AI? Before we dive into more detailed things, let's first understand what is AI. Anyone can answer like what is AI? It's a technology. What else? It's like what is it? Any layman definition, any technical definition, anything? Yes.
The layman words, we are trying to give human intelligence to machines.
Human intelligence, correct. So it's just a science, technology, or anything for making machines smarter. We want human intelligence to pass on to machines, right? So that machines can act, predict, analyze like humans. So I think this is from Boston Dynamics. They are. This is, I think, not real.
No, this is real. It is real.
It is real.
It is real.
How many of you have seen this video? This is a real Boston Dynamics robot. So now, as we understand, like there is a shift from traditional development, and as we understand, like AI is nothing, just a software, right? So what is a real difference between a regular software and an AI software?
The regular software, like whatever the logic we have developed, like it's a kind of static logic, we can say. AI, like it will also think about like on their logic as well. Like let's say we are giving the two inputs to machine, like for the regular software, it will only give the like single output. But in the AI, it will like give the suggestions, like, multiple responses and kind of.
Correct.
Yes, input and accurate output. Like for example, in regular software, we have to give measure more for lots of input, then you get accurate answer. But in AI software, you have to get less input and get the accurate answer.
Partially, it is correct.
Holistic approach, like more than what human can't think or the intelligence, abilities, potentials that is required for the thing, make it more simpler or what more we can do.
Right. I want to know a basic difference between a regular software and a AI software. Yes.
Capability of decision making.
Sorry?
Capability of making decisions.
Correct. So let me explain you. The main difference is in regular software, every time we want to update our algorithm, a human intervention will be needed. So as a traditional coding, like we have a mobile app or a software, if we want to update that software, then someone has to release those software into their web application, into their mobile application. In most of the iPhones, when there is a new update, there is a slow, it's like iPhone gets slow. Sorry, I'm not a good fan of iOS, so I was just kidding. But in AI software, the main difference is once we write a software, it will understand from its mistakes, it will understand from the success, and it will be more smarter and smarter every time. So it will learn from each iteration it's happening. So that is the real difference. Like it doesn't need, like for any upgradation, it doesn't need human intervention every time. So why AI is hot right now? So as we've seen, like it's not new. It's since 70 years. But why we are talking about today? Why we have gathered this community today? Why in 2023 or like last 2-3 years there is a so much hype has been created, or like so much things, not just the hype, but so much things we have started seeing about AI. Like it was there, but in this last 2-3 years, everywhere we are seeing something new coming up, and many things are happening. So what happened in this last 2-3 years that has changed our IT industry?
Because of good internet, good capability of network, like cloud infrastructure, and very good computers are there. There is it will be faster compared to the previous thing. That's
Right.
IT company is more productivity, efficiency. Maybe due to that.
Right.
After actually Corona, people realize that in day-to-day human life, lot of things which will be needed, which can be done remotely as well as without the intervention of humans.
Correct.
And that generated lot of technologies which are now available and handy to everyone. Like if you want to do something on the basics of AI ML, so in the society or say in the academics or in the industry, everyone is having their own view for this. So everyone wants to have faster output, uh, accurate outputs, so-called accurate outputs, and with a lesser human effort. So that's why AI is in the order.
Right. Yes.
So, before there was no competition about getting models and getting now we have very good competition about like GPUs which are very good today. So that's why the AI is very good.
Correct.
Increased monetizational capability.
Sorry.
Increased monetizational capabilities because of AI was at the end of the day the order.
So yeah, there are many factors. As many have said, like good internet is one of the cause where it has made many of the things easier. More powerful GPUs. Many things are playing a role to support current technology what we have. But there were few innovations also were achieved in last couple of years, and that has really drastically changed many things which we are seeing. One of the major reason is today's AI is generative. Previously, AI was able to do complex calculations and many things, but it was like the results of what we are seeing with OpenAI, Bard, all this generative AI. Main thing what happened is like the innovations what came into market were so accurate or so useful, where the content, images, any predictions which AI was able to make, we were able to take those innovations to our real life. So AI was there. AI in few industries, it was there since years and years. But for a normal human beings, for us, mainly it is about the generation of the content. It is generation about the images. It is generation of any predictions has to be happen in our regular day-to-day routines. So those innovation has really changed this hype because we are able to use those innovation in our many different sectors. So this is one of the hype cycle you can see over here, where generative AI is currently on the top of this graph. This is 2023 Gartner report, which was recently released, and many things. If you are following AI, you should really study this graph because it has so many insights about taking your career, or like many of us have fear. There is a hype of AI. If we are shifting to AI, or if we are entering our career to AI, how long it will go? Right? There are many technologies which came, but it didn't go long. So many a times it's a question to us whether we should switch our career, whether we should continue our career who are already in AI, or whether we should start our career who are entering to IT in AI. So to understand that, like this is one of the useful graphs what we are always referring to, so that we can understand how the technology of AI is going and what is the duration. The best part over here we are seeing is generative AI is in the top, but over here if we see, it will take 5 to 10 years to reach to a stable stage. So this whole journey, this is the stage where each technology has to go to become a stable version. So the nearest is computer vision, which is just about to reach its stable version, plateau version, and it happened just in last 2 years. Right, less than 2 years, it has achieved its height. It went down, and it's now moving to a stable version. And one of the reason for computer vision to reach is GPUs, edge devices. So the question is how to stay in this race of AI. Again, this is not about AI is growing, let me start learning Python and let me switch over to AI. Right? This is very often topic you will see everywhere in the internet, and people would be asking in Quora or any open places where you will be seeing, like, this is one of the major question because technology is shifting. Before 15-20 years, when social media platforms came into the market, like Facebook, LinkedIn. The first phase was denial phase. People were afraid of putting their data to internet, right? But later on, few of them started, and then the next phase came in, FOMO phase, right? Who will say what is FOMO?
Fear of missing opportunity.
Right? Fear of missing out, fear of missing opportunity, anything. Because we see like our friends are moved to AI, but we are still doing some CMS thing. We are still seeing like we are doing marketing thing. What should we do? And because of ChatGPT, the main thing which is everyone's question is, will ChatGPT take my job? Right. So this is what's happening. So let's see how we can stay in this race of AI. First is the mindset. Your thinking. It's not about switching your career to AI. It's also something where you can start using AI tools in whatever industry, in whatever fields you are working, whether you are QA, whether you are marketer. You can be in any domain. You can be web application developer, you can be mobile application developer, front-end developers, anything. The main thing right now to understand is start building our mind. Like AI is there. It's nothing new. Before 1 year, 2 year, everyone was thinking, okay, this is new, how good it will be, how useful it will be, right? How cost effective it will be. But now those questions are already solved. We are seeing good results. It is helping in terms of productivity in whatever things we are doing it. So first thing is about the mindset we have to change. Rather than just thinking I should go to AI, it's not about that only. If you are good in something, stay into it and start thinking how you can implement AI in those fields. Then upskill your knowledge. So as we know, like AI is going to overcome or help us with traditional things what we are doing. Let's say now, like these days, whatever post we are seeing in social media, like out of 10, at least 6 posts are written from tools, AI tools, whether it could be ChatGPT, Bard, any content creation tools, right? So will this take content writer job? No, it will not, because human touch will be always there. So we have to start focusing on creativity, emotional intelligence, right? Those kind of things, like we have to start thinking and start learning those things or start focusing on those areas. Then embracing the technology. Try to familiarize like whatever industry you are, how the technology shift is happening, or what are the technological tools been worked out, which are into R&D phases and many things. So start checking it, and of course join the community. This will give you a good insight. It's not about this community. I'm promoting this community. It's about, could be anything. Like if you, again, I'm just giving the other examples. Like if you are into digital marketing, there are a lot of digital marketing communities are happening. If you are into QA communities are happening. If you'll go there, if you'll meet people, you will learn more about the shift which has been happening, right? So join those things whenever you get time. So let's see some useful tools specifically for tech people, programmers, for their day-to-day life. Again, whether you are an AI developer or non-AI developer, it doesn't matter. These tools will help you for many things. First is AI code generation. How many of you are using any of this? Like for many of you. I'm really glad to see so many hands who are already using this kind of tools. I have just mentioned some popular tools over here, but there are a lot of other tools available in the market as well. Like GitHub Copilot was initial one, the beginning one, like which came into the market, then Amazon Code Whisper is there. So what this tool will do, once you write some comment that, okay, I want to write a function to do addition of two input numbers. So as soon as you write the comment and enter, if you have plugged in its plugin in your IDE, then it will start giving you the suggestion. And again, the same question, will this tool take our job? Right. The answer is always no, because someone will be there to validate. It's just about the a helping hand, right? It's not about replacing anything. It's about adding a helper to your routine life. Then content generative AI. This is one of the most popular thing everyone is knowing, but still, like, one of the tool I want to highlight in this PPT is Fin. How many of you are aware of this? If you are tech people, this is one of the most useful tool I have ever seen. The limitations of other GPT tools, like content creation tools like ChatGPT, Bard, they are limited to some like historical data they have been trained. So let's say, like, if you are using ChatGPT, so it's, I think the latest version is still January 2023. But if you'll ask ChatGPT, like, who won World Cup match, it will not be able to give you answer. But like, if you'll ask any kid in India, they know the answer, right? So that is a huge difference. Like, there are tools, but again, like, we'll need human to validate which tool to be used and which tool to use when. This is the tool. Actually, this is not a content generation tool alone. It is also a search engine. So it will search the content from the internet, and then, like other tools, like, it will create a content and give you the answer. So this answer, who won World Cup 2023 of cricket, it was generated by Fin. Meeting transcribers. Any non-tech people, like BA, BD? Okay, 2 hands I'm seeing, 3 hands I'm seeing. Okay. Also, we have CXO level people over here. This is one of the tool which is really useful for meetings. For non-tech people, like, who are often have to take meetings, this tool creates a very well summary. Also, it's not about the non-tech people, but also for the tech people who are developers, who are lazy to write things, but has to take the meetings, right? I'm literally lazy to write my MOMs after. So this tool will really help you to write the MOMs or the summary of what happened in your meeting. Okay. R&D buddy. Anybody of you have heard about this tool, AutoGPT or Omni? No? Okay. This is very interesting tool. You can, like, whenever, not this weekend, this is 31st weekend. So later, other weekends, whenever you get time, do some research about this tool. This is like giving a job to someone. You assign a job that I want to do something. So it will not immediately give you the answer. If it is a complex, it will work out, search, figure out the answer, and it will come back to you only once the job is over. So it's about the R&D. If you have something to do research about, these tools can help you a lot. Okay, I think this tool will take job of seniors who are doing the code review and getting frustrated. Do you know how you can, like, when you're seeing the audience, how you can differentiate who are the senior people and who are freshers? Anyone?
Age.
By seeing less hair in their heads. And one of the reason is this code review. It's really frustrating to do a code review of juniors, like you're snatching your hairs, but you cannot tell them. You have to keep with yourself and politely you have to convey, right? Baka, bhul thi gayi hai. Right, so these tools will help you to review your code and will give you the analysis of once the code is done. So before submitting your code to your seniors, use these tools so you'll get some good review for your coding. Okay, DevOps people. Anyone from DevOps side, server? I see one hand, two hand. Okay, so again, this is not limited for DevOps guys. Also for developers, it is useful. One of the tool what I have mentioned is a popular one, which will help you to do the release and many things. So once your pipeline is ready, it can not just, so okay, how many of you have heard about CloudWatch in AWS? Right, many of you have heard. Like, why we use CloudWatch? To monitor what's happening in our code, right? So if we have hosted one web application, we use for monitoring how the application is working. And let's say if there is some drastic change on the regular pattern, we create an alert. Okay, let's say our CPU gets higher, then we get an alert. This tool will help you not just about telling you the alert, but this tool will analyze what had happened and give you exactly what you have to do next, right? So let's say if your CPU is getting higher at certain point of time, it will suggest you to increase your server. So it will save your time on debugging, because like we'll get just a call like website nathi chalti. So what? Soon nathi chaltu, right? So first of all, the part is like to analyze what's working and what's not working. It will save that time. It will give you the analysis. Okay, here is the problem, and also here is the solution. And if we acknowledge that or we approve it, it will do those changes. So this is useful in that way. Then this is code explainer. Many a times we shift from one project to other project, right? Or when we are getting a new project which is already been written, we need to understand what is actually happening in a file. And it is very boring to read one by one line and to understand what is this class or what is this function has been written about. So these are the good tools which will, you can select the lines of code you want to understand, and it will give you a summary what's in there, what's the logic or whatever it is, how many parameters have been passed, what it is written in a layman words. So it's easy to just read it like you're reading a book or a blog, and it will explain you what's behind your code. Again, a boring thing, right? We got a task, we did a good job, we finished our task. Now our seniors are asking to write the documentation about the code, right? We are hoping like we'll get a new task, but to get a new logical or interesting task, we have to finish something what we have written, we need to document it. And many a times when we are dealing with the APIs, this is one of the very important things to be taken care about, to write the documentation of the APIs, what has been created. It can be provided for the front-end people, mobile app people, for third-party APIs integrations, could be many reasons. But it is one of the important thing in our SDLC where we need to write documentation of our code. So this tool will easily help you to write those things very quickly. Okay, so as I earlier mentioned, that AI is there. We cannot deny like AI is not there in our regular life, day-to-day life. But again, the question remains same. What should we do? We are seeing people switching to AI. We are seeing new people joining AI, right? Many things are happening. But let's say those who are already working in some technologies since years, what should they do? They should change their career to AI? They should start learning about the new technologies or anything? What should they do? So for that, like, it's not just about start creating the AI models. If you really want to contribute to AI, it's not limited. Let's say, like, in the edge device, edge computing session, when Jaideep was explaining, like, there are AI models which are placed in edge devices. Once all those AI computing is done, we need to see the results, right? Chat GPT model has been created, which is fantastic. But where you are using it? Where are you using it? How you are using it? In web application, in mobile application, right? So those things will never go again. Those technologies, those things, because those are the only mediums or means where people will be able to interact with AI. We need a channel, we need a medium. So desktop, whether it could be desktop application, mobile application, web application, it could be anything. Those technology, what we are seeing in IT since years and years, they are not going to go away anywhere. AI is growing, those technologies will grow faster even, right? And that is one of the really missing factor in today's industry. We have some developers who can write very well mobile application. We have good AI developers, but the bridge between those two is really missing. So when you connect an AI developer with mobile app developer and say, okay, I want to do this task, I have created a model for counting the exercises, right? Now I want you to put it into mobile so that we can share it with the users. So that bridge is also one of the missing factor in our industry, which will grow in coming years. So if you are really interested in contributing to AI, being connected to AI, but you don't want to go to a mathematical burden of always staying ahead of what's coming new, and you are passionate about any other technologies, web, mobile, desktop, anything, then also there is a way. I have just mentioned few of them, but these are the common examples which you will be able to see in any languages. So over here, first is for the mobile application, right? So the example what I was sharing is, like, AI developer has created some models, but now it has to be taken to users. To take it to the users, we have limited ways to take it on a larger audience. So if you are a mobile developer, if you are interested to become a mobile developer, then to stay connected with AI, you can learn these libraries, which will really help you to easily get connected. Firebase ML Kit is there, TensorFlow Lite, PyTorch Mobile. So these are actually the library which are being used behind AI models. So what happens is, like, whenever the mobile AI models have been created, those models can be easily used in the mobile. So ultimately taking an advantage of edge computing. We want to compute in our mobiles. Everyone has mobiles, everyone has their laptops. So as much processing we can do on edge, more faster we can do on edge, more fast technology will grow. AI in backend. I have just taken example of PHP, but these are all same in all the backend technologies, .NET, Java, it could be anything, Python, R, right? So OpenAI APIs are there. Brain.js is there for Node.js specifically. DNN library is there. PHP ML, Rubik's ML. Those are machine learning libraries which will help AI model to be computed on cloud or front end or edge, anything. Also in front end, as I was mentioning, we also want to not just take the leverage of mobiles, but also users' machines, like it could be a desktop machine or laptop machines. Using these front end libraries, you can integrate models so that all the pre-processing or the model processing happens in their laptop, and in cloud only the data gets goes into cloud, which solves again a problem of bandwidth and latency, what we learned in our previous session, right? Okay. Will AI replace me? Since beginning I'm talking about this. The reason behind this question is I want all of you to remove the fear once you go out from today's session. Like there is so much happening, right? So everyone has their perceptions about what's happening. And of course, those perceptions, and when things are moving faster, it creates some fear. So this is one of the common fear, like what will happen. I already partially gave the answer. But before moving further, uh, how many of you have more than 7 years of experience? Okay. How many of you have more than 2 years of experience? Those 7 years can still. Okay. And how many of you are still learning? So this is a real difference. I didn't ask the question, how many of you are student? I said, how many of you are still learning? Machines or AI is trained to work on patterns. They only work, or they are only able to give answers what the data it was fed to them. It cannot go sideways. Not yet. I don't know what will happen after 50 years, but not yet. It is not right now. So this is a real difference between AI and humans. So there are no chances about AI will replace any individual or not. But still the question is, who will replace? Right? So it's not about AI will replace any programmer, any content writer, any businesses. It is about a programmer, content writer, or any business who is using AI will replace someone who is not using AI. Right? So it's not about AI will take over someone. It is about someone who is using AI into their day-to-day lives will replace someone who is not using it. So that's a major differentiator. Sorry, this is, I think, a mistake. Oh, there is a video, I think. Will you play?
आप लोग को टेक्नोलॉजी पसंद है?
Okay. I think there is a trouble with some sound or anything. It's just 20 seconds of audio. Let's see if our dev team can fix it. So for this, of course, AI will not work. AI will not replace their jobs. Wait. It's okay. I will speak out. Wait. AI cannot fight like this. Right? Apart from these three guys, anyone from IT, tech support or IT support? કોઈ ડોક્ટર છે IT ડોક્ટર?
Too many doctors can kill the patient also.
Actually, this was surprise to them. From nowhere, a video came in, and which was not been told to them.
On the red button.
This video is coming from cloud, by the way. It is not from the edge. That's why.
आप लोगों को टेक्नोलॉजी पसंद है? मेरे को लग रहा है बहुत हाइप है अभी डेवलपिंग मोड। अभी चैट जीपीटी आया, लोग पागल हो गए। मेरे पास आई कह रहा चैट जीपीटी जॉब ले लेगा, जॉब ले लेगा। अरे है ही नहीं मेरे पास। मैं जूते की दुकान में ऊपर से जूता फेंकता हूँ, ले लेगा। भाई इतना हाइप क्यों करना है? हो
Okay. That was the only part. Rest of the whole comedy video, you can see it later. Right. So the point is like this. There are many things. Like the guy was saying, like I'm selling shoes. Like he's supporting for giving the shoes from first floor. So like how AI will replace him? There is no way, right? There is no way to replace these IT doctors when this disaster happens like this.
Words in at a small price can replace that shoe sales.
Of course, but there are cost problems. There are many different factors come. Of course. So there are possibilities. It's just about the fun, but there are many things it's about. So again, it is about like someone will be needed to operate that machine, right? So that guy has to change its skills, or someone has to change it. Maybe like previously there will be 10 people doing same job. It will reduce, but it will not become zero. There will be chances, like if there are 5 people throwing shoes, like with this help of machines, it can be just one operating this machine, taking care of maintenance and kind of thing.
But the other 4 are replaced, right?
Yes.
So AI can replace you if you cannot keep up with the trends or keep up with the technology.
Correct. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Like if you are not keeping up with the technology, that is the main idea about this, right? It is about who is learning new machines or new technology coming into picture. Like there were no machines who will throw shoes, but now new machine came in. Someone needs to learn it, right? Someone needs to focus, foresight the new technologies which are coming. One of the point I mentioned earlier about joining the community was to get aware about what's happening in the industry. Or it's not just about the community. You can follow some good blogs, YouTube channels. There are multiple ways, but stay connected with your industry, whatever you are working. If you will be staying connected with your technology, industry, it will help you to be the initiators of changing those things wherever you are. Right? It could be your organization, it could be your city, it could be anything. So this is the example. Like it was difficult to imagine before 20 years, 50 years, anything like how telephones will operate, right? Someone would have told them in 1920, as per this example over here, like there will be some smartphones with some display and will be people will be able to communicate or do the video calling. People would call them crazy. For us, there are still many things which we can think this is crazy, this will not happen, right? This is unrealistic. Okay, let's see what are the stages. Anyone know, like there are 5 stages as per this images, anyone knew about this before? Like there are 5 stages which have been defined in the field of AI. We are just here, level 2, right? In the competent. This is the second stage. There are many things like AI has to become expert, where like there is no general achievement have been done, but like few of the achievement is already there, like spelling, grammar checks, generating images. So we are somewhere between 2 and 3. Something has been achieved in level 4 as well, but to reach superhuman level, it's still like decades has to come. Maybe years. We don't know. I really don't know whether AI is a hype or reality. I don't know AI is new or old. But the most important thing, as I said, is about the mindset. If you have a right mindset to change your philosophy of traditional things, how it were happening, change it. It is here. We cannot continue the things how it was happening. Before a century, when any new innovation was coming, it was taking a decade for a next innovation to come up. So people were getting enough time to understand, to get habituated about the new innovations. Like the traditional telephones, right? When telephone was invented, it took ages or decades to come up with a new innovation of smartphones. But now, as we are seeing every year, every few months, we are seeing something new and new coming. So what we have to be prepared is with the mindset of fast changing technology. We need to be connected with all those aspects, all those industries, behavior changes, whatever you are working in, and start learning it. If you are not learning it, it's okay, but stay connected. Like, you should be aware of those things, what's are happening. And whenever you feel right time, you can switch it or you can start learning it. But let's say, like, if you are not aware of it, then like that FOMO stage will be generated. So my point is, from denial to FOMO, go to the acceptance stage, right? That AI is there. Okay, guys, thank you.